We're here at the Lansdowne with Dust for Lansdowne TV.
Ew. Yo. Listen.
So first question, what's your best memory at the Lansdowne?
Do you want to do the stroke?
There was a gig here that we played with a band called Military Gun. They are from America, and it was a show, and I was on lights for their last 3 songs, which was the same song 3 times, and I was strobing a lot, and the singer came off stage. I was like, "What's going on with all the lights?" I was like, I don't know. It didn't have anything to do with it. That's my favourite memory.
Strobing out.
My favourite memory is...
I got the giggles now.
My favourite memory is at South by Southwest 2 years ago. I did the worm here, and I wormed from one side of the dance floor to the other.
That's impressive. It's a big space.
Yeah, it's a pretty big dance floor.
Sticky.
Yeah.
Big space.
Actually, yeah.
You like battled someone else, worming across the room, and you won, came out on top.
I always win with the worm.
So you guys are from Newcastle, but do you have a favourite place in Sydney for food or restaurant or anything along that line?
In Newcastle?
In Sydney.
Oh, in Sydney.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a place that I used to come a lot with my mother and Faja, and it's Sky Phoenix. Shout outs in Chinatown, where they do yum cha. And we used to go there every year, and it was the best food ever.
Yeah, Chinatown.
Really, really good.
Pretty goated.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's just one of the best places I can imagine in Chinatown, but yeah.
In pucks?
Custard
He mentioned
puffs?
the custard puff.
Yeah. No, I haven't had the custard
Emperor
puffs.
puffs. That's what we call
Yeah.
them.
That's probably my favourite
Yeah,
in
they're-
Sydney, yeah.
Amazing.
Mm.
So obviously you guys are from Newcastle. What's the scene like there, and are there any changes that you'd like to see as a band? People who perform.
More music, more bands, more venues is the consensus. I would say it's great that like there's a great scene. There's a lot going on. There's gigs all the time, but I think more venues kind of getting involved in that would be cool. But then also there's a lot of like cool DIY stuff going on, and it's in a good place at the moment. I think it's taken a while to get there. But it's in a really good spot. But I think just the encouragement to keep it going and keep it sort of sustainable, keep more happening, I would say.
Awesome.
Is there anyone else agreed? Cool.
Agreed.
Cool.
Do you guys, regardless of where you play, have a ritual that you do every time, or is there's something that you come together and do before any show? Is it a
We
secret?
do we dap each other up, one solid dap up before we go and play, and just good luck, have a good time, have fun, dap
That's
up,
awesome.
just bring it in, you know. Yes, that too. The barbershop scene. We have one line. I was walking in the park one day, and we like to a cappella that together before we play as
Warm up
well.
the vocals.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Do you have one?
I do.
Adam has a...
Yeah, I've got my separate thing. On our first European tour, we did a thing called Kings. So each day there would be like a different sort of like king, and they would be crowned each day. So you'd sort of have to vote for your favorite person.
It's like a player's player.
Yeah, exactly.
Man of the
Man of the match. Yeah.
Sick after a while, so I had to...
Yeah, that one's been canned.
Our hungry people, you know, just wanting to be the king, and you were voted down.
On the topic of power hungry and making sure you make the right decisions, are there any approaches you take to maintaining mental health whilst touring on the road, just in general?
Piers, you got something?
Yeah, oh, Kai.
You got something? No, you go. Go on, guys.
eating well as possible, eating as well as possible. Just like trying not to eat. I don't know. I feel like sometimes, like I think food has a big thing to do with like your head, and I feel like when you like, I don't know, touring and stuff, you pull over and usually it's a Burger King or a WH Smith and you get a $5 meal deal with a sandwich and a packet of chips. So I think eating that consistently for like 30 days in a row is not always good. So I think having a steady diet of some sort of vegetable is good
So
for your
this
head.
has been learned from experience.
Yeah. Like it's you're definitely testing things out each tour. And
Lots of Pringles.
Limiting the junk, and we're all pretty good at giving each other space and talking when we need to talk, but also like very comfortable around each other, spend a lot of time, and so there's never really any being able to have that solo time and not being like, what's up with you or whatever, and everyone really loves each other, and we try and look after each other's heads and bodies. Yep, keep that in.
I'd like to ask you guys, do you have a top 5 or a bunch of artists that you've been keeping your eye on, that's emerging artists from Australia? I'd love to hear them.
Yeah, for sure. There's heaps, and a lot of them are really good friends of ours, which is we've made really good friendships with artists over the time that we all really, really love. Twine has always been a standout for us. We went on our first EP tour with them in Australia, and they're just amazing and really underrated. Another one from Adelaide is Swap Meet, who are just starting and coming on tour with us, and really, really good band, very, very talented. This band I really like called Blister just put out an album. They're like it's kind of like indie rock, but like kind of like a bit folk as well. Kind of like if you like Pavement and stuff like that. But some of the guys in the bands are like pro surfers, which is pretty sick. You guys have any?
Yeah, I got a couple from Newcastle. There's one of our mates like Tacky who's been doing some solo stuff. He started releasing some new things and has some stuff coming on the way. And then also there's this really good solo artist as well called Evangeline, who's released some really cool stuff recently as well. Yeah. Feel the Pain, yeah. Represent. They're the best. Do you guys?
Xiao Xiao, shout outs.
For sure.
Saw them play at King Street a couple of weeks ago with Armlock. They seem to be coming up and coming band. I think they got one song out at the moment. I would say Xiao Xiao. Do you have one, Adam?
Nah, you've got it covered.
He's got it covered.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, love it. Definitely check these artists out. How important do you think venues like the Lansdowne or other spaces are to emerging artists like this?
I think heaps important, and having like venues that are like long-standing, like growing up, coming to Sydney to watch shows, you'd know the names of these venues that kind of keep their doors open for ages, and then it's pretty exciting when you join a band and then you're like, well, we get to play this venue that I've got to watch bands at or heard about forever, especially being not from Sydney. Like we didn't know what the Lansdowne was, but you always hear it through the grapevine.
It's pretty crazy. Like it's 100 years old, so it's been happening for a while.
Fully.
Yeah,
right.
100.
That's insane. And real special to get to do it. And some of that and then when you say it to, we're playing a show in Sydney at the Lansdowne, even people all over Australia know it. So it's super important to have these like long-standing venues that stay open and have heaps of character and history on the walls and in the carpets and in the people.
In the smell.
So we've talked about shows in Sydney. As a band from Newcastle, how important do you feel that touring regionally or outside of major cities is to creating who you are or trying to find a space for yourself?
I guess the regional touring that we've done was with DZ Death Rays in 2023, and that was about 3 months. But I think it was like good for us as a band because I think it definitely like exposes you to new places in Australia. That's like one thing. and obviously like very good to sort of get out and around and play more shows more consistently over a longer period of time. So I think that's good for playing. And then I think for those particular towns and those, Far North Queensland or Western Australia and stuff like that, like places that people on the East Coast maybe don't often go and play in, it's like just good to sort of, for like, I don't know, those towns to sort of see music from all over Australia, I suppose, and it's cool to have it all like interconnected. And hopefully there's more of an emphasis on touring regionally, but I think the big issue is just how much money it costs and how far away each place is.
For sure.
Is the only kind of downside to it.
Do you find that the crowds you receive in different places like have a different energy compared to when you go to major cities?
Yeah, for sure. Like I'd say each place has its own character, and we played in some pretty funny towns, and I think especially in Victoria, like Frankston and Rye, Torquay, like they all had very unique sort of styles, and even though they were quite close to each other, they all had their own like individual character and stuff. So I think being exposed to that is cool, and hopefully it's just an equal, vibe. Hope everyone's loving it, but yeah.
I feel like as well, like being from like a regional town and having bands like come through and play, it's always like pretty exciting, like being on that other side. Like we grew up in Maitland, which is about like half hour away from Newcastle, so it was always pretty exciting to see some of the bands like come in and play in Newcastle. You didn't really have to do the big trek into Sydney. It was only like a half hour trip away. We saw some really cool bands, and also at Maitland as well, like at the Junkyard. Shout outs.
Saw Murray there one time. That was pretty cool. Saw Murray in Maitland.
Very cool.
Thanks, Murray, for making the effort to come to Maitland. You legend. Yeah.
I'm going to ask you some New South Wales/Sydney specific questions. The first one is middies or pots?
Middies. Yeah, we don't really say. I guess we're not really used to saying pots.
Yeah, that's definitely Victoria.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, what about palmy or palmers?
Palmers. Wow, I haven't heard palmers. Yeah, palmy. Yeah, palmy. Really? Adam's only had one palmy, if you didn't hear.
What else? Okay, palmy. You can tell you're from New South Wales. I've forgotten the most important question. AFL or NRL?
Personally neither. I'm personally not a footy guy. Maybe AFL. Kai supports AFL. He's really good at AFL.
Supporting your bandmates.
Yeah. I think I'd prefer to watch the AFL than the NRL.
The state of origin sometimes is fun.
Yeah.
That's great. State of origin. 3 games.
Yeah, true. Yeah, Adam's a Union, Kai's AFL. Liam's a Magpie. Liam plays soccer.
Yeah, a bit of football.
The OG football.
Yeah.
This is gonna rustle some feathers. Is it? Would you say rock paper scissors rock, or scissors paper rock?
Scissors, paper, rock.
Mine's paper, scissors, rock.
But then I would say paper, scissors, rock. But then when I'd go paper. Wait, is that what you? Hang on, let me just play it for a second.
A couple of imaginary games. Yeah, scissors, paper, rock for sure.
I dabble. I think I use them all.
For sure. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
I never really thought about that. That's pretty cool. Nah.
No shoot. No shoot.
Scissors, paper, rock, shoot.
Should we finish off with a game?
Yeah, we'll finish off with a game.
Okay, we're gonna finish with the game.
Okay. Wait, well, how we go? Paper, scissors. Scissors, paper, rock. Yeah.
So what one?
I think I said paper, scissors, rock.
No, I I said that.
Well, I said scissors, paper, rock. Sorry, and there's your answer.
Well,
Yeah.
thanks for clearing that up. This is Dus at the Lansdowne for Lansdowne TV. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Cheers. Thank you.
That's it. I'm not saying anymore. I don't know why everyone.